What's up, Ranger Nation, Toku Nation, and every nation in between? It's your boy JB, and I'm coming to you today with the review for Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, episode number 3, and it was titled The Miracle Singing Voice. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so this episode, it picks up kind of where the last one left off. We see Fida and we see her sister. So Fida is telling, the Ryusoulgers that she stole this energy source when she escaped from Jbsayzwhat, and that is, where the Doridans get their power from, and that she hid it from them. So then we also, she says that if they give this capsule that she has to the Dino Knights, that it'll give the Dino Knights a lot more power. So then they see some Doridans, and they're looking for the energy source as well. And then we see that Jbsayzwhat finds them, and then they transform into the Ryusoulgers, and they start to battle with Jbsayzwhat and the foot soldiers, and they end up just getting the best of the foot soldiers. And Jbsayzwhat, he's a smart little cunning one, because there was a foot soldier that was in front of him, but then he started fighting with Cole, but really and truly it was a decoy that Jbsayzwhat, because they ended up defeating it, but it was a decoy. I'm like, oh, okay, Jbsayzwhat. I'm like, you a smart little character. You's a smart one. I see you. All right, so then we see that the sisters found the energy source that they were looking for, or the capsule, and that they want to give it to the Dino Knights. But Austin's like, how do we know that that's safe? Like, I don't want to give it to them and it ends up hurting them. Like, it could be very dangerous. So then, the sister says that, the person that the Minosaur was born from will be in danger. And I'm like, okay, so that's the guy that was singing at the, the fair, festival, whatever you want to call it. And, Bam was like, what, we need to find him. And Cole's like, no, don't find him. He's like, don't worry, I'm not going to kill him. I think if we find him, we can find out what the weakness of the Minosaur is. And they're like, okay, cool. So then, the sisters are more concerned, but instead of finding, they're worried about finding the guy that was, that they think the Minosaur was born from, but the sisters are still more concerned about the Dino Knights and this capsule. So then we see that Melt, he notices that Bamba figured out the same thing that he did, that the princess, she knows a lot about the term Dino Knights, and she also knows about the Minosaurs and the human connection. And they're just like, it's something going on that we can't quite put our fingers on at this point. So then we see Yu. She gets a call from Melt, and then she leaves out. And then, I think she left her phone on the table. And, we see finally that it was Jbsayzwhat that was pretending to be Fida. And, what it is he wants the princess to convince the Ryusoulgers to feed the Dino Knights the capsule. And so they overhear everything. They're like, okay, makes sense now. It's Jbsayzwhat. So then Cole, he's like, you know what? Let's call Tiramigo in and let's have him do that. And Bamba's like, why would you do something like that? That's stupid. That makes no sense whatsoever. And he says that he's like, we need to do this because Fida and the princess are sisters, so they are family with one another. And I guess I don't know if I understand that or not. So then Cole calls in Tiramigo, and they're back with Jbsayzwhat and Jbsayzwhat, aka Fida, and her sister. So Tiramigo is going to eat the capsule, and then the princess is like, no, don't eat that. And Cole looks at her like, why? But then he tells Tiramigo, go ahead, Tiramigo, eat it, eat up, eat up, eat up. And Tiramigo does eat up. So then we see Bamba, we see Bamba, we see Melt, and we see Yui. And they are, they see the singer again, and he's in perfect health. And, Melt is like, I kind of expected that much. That means that the Minosaur was not born from him. And, they were like, well, why was he on the ground the other day? He was like, oh, I had a cold. So you were just sick, like, really? That's all it was, is that you were sick? Okay. All right, so next we see the Minosaur, and it's attacking the city. So then the Ryusoulgers call on the Dino Knights, and they combine to, Now remember, Tiramigo did eat the capsule. So the capsule is actually a bomb that's going to blow up. So we see them once they're in the cockpit, and, it just, boom, blows up. And Wise is like, ha ha ha, gotcha, gotcha. But the joke is on Weisel. They actually got Weisel. They learned a trick from Weisel. So he was like, wait a minute, you guys were just up there. How did you get down here? They're like, oh no, the same thing that you did to us earlier when you used a decoy. Yeah, we used a decoy right on you, and we, made decoys at each one of our Dino Knights. So the Dino Knight the Tyramigo that ate the capsule was a fake Tyramigo. It wasn't real. And I'm like, good one. I'm like, good one. So now they are all one big happy team. So then we figure out where Fita is. Fita is inside of the Minosaur and it's absorbing her. So that means that Fita is the one that birthed the Minosaur. So then they transform and they battle with the Doridon. So then, they're battling with, Weisel, and they get the best of Weisel. And Weisel's like, okay, y'all are some powerful adversaries. I didn't expect this. So he kind of leaves, and then they call on the Dino Knights to fight the Minosaur. And like I said, the Minosaur was born from Fita, and Fita doesn't like horrible singing. So they tell Asuna, you're the only one that can, make this right. So we see Asuna, and Asuna goes out and she starts singing to the Minosaur, and oh my God, her voice is horrible. So that gives them the opportunity to beat the Minosaur. So they do eventually defeat the Minosaur, and they save Fita, and that was pretty much it. That was the end of the episode. They did show a scene where Yui, Asuna, and her dad, she had chopsticks in her mouth and she was singing, and she's like, is it getting better? And he was like, no. And she's like, I'm done singing. I'm like, please be done singing. But you guys, that was the episode. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys later.